On this episode of Doing the Most, we're rebrewing and we're going to taste our malt-based Skeeter Pee because Rob thinks that I can make it better than this.
Homemade brews and various how-tos, everything from mead to roast, bake creation, fermentation, inebriation, doing the most.
So it's got the lemon essence there, right? But I'm not a fan of the maltiness. I was really looking forward to seeing this be more like the Skeeter Pee. To have gone dry, because the original went to 1020, and I'd like to see it back sweetened with just table sugar.
Something a little cleaner.
Instead of DME.
I will concede to you that the DME was a terrible choice. It felt really like it was within the spirit of it, and when properly carbonated, I think does give it a nice malty richness that gives you kind of an interesting rubber band between lemonade and malt.
Okay.
But it also muddles up the flavor quite a bit and puts it into a weird, I don't want to say stale beer territory, but it puts it into a strange, it's not a familiar drink. I think
that's definitely true. Yeah. Yep.
And so you drink it and you're kind of searching for some analog for what this is, and your brain can't find it because nothing like this exists. So you want to clean it up and you want to add this to it. Talk to us about glucoamylase.
So glucoamylase is an enzyme that probably most commonly used in brut IPA, which is a style that kind of came and went. It's not super popular. I happen to like it, but not everybody does. But it's a beer style that they use glucoamylase to dry it out, right? So where, beer sugars are only about 75% fermentable, you start with, say, 1060, you're going to get to about 1015.
Okay.
Use glucoamylase, you can get that to 1.000. I'm really curious to see what that, as a Skeeter Pee, right, dry it out, which, I think you're right. The DME was probably more of a change to this than drying it out, but I'm just curious to see what this will do. Can we get it dry with some glucoamylase?
I'm always up for an experiment.
Yeah.
And in order to do this in a way that really makes Rob feel like we have exhausted our options, I said, LFG, I will buy more stuff. Let's do this. You're going to be here in a week.
Yeah.
Let's brew it up. Now you're here, so we're going to brew it up. So we're going to do this basically by the original recipe. We got more liquid malt extract. Yep. We've got all the other stuff that's going to go into this, the tannin, the yeast energizer, the yeast nutrient.
The lemon.
A ton of lemon juice and glucoamylase. And we're going to mix this up. We're going to pitch, I don't know if I brought it in here. I'll have to go grab it. We're going to pitch Lutra Kvike into here. We used Hothead last time. So yeah, we're going to brew this up. We're going to pitch the yeast, and then we'll see how this goes.
Awesome.
We mixed everything up as per the recipe. This involved weighing out some malt, pouring in some water, getting our first addition of lemon juice in there, and of course, pitching our yeast. After everything was mixed up, we threw an airlock on there, and then over the course of the next couple weeks, I would watch it, add the extra lemon juice additions and nutrient additions, and keep an eye on that hydrometer. This thing slowed way down as it approached 1.010 and got stuck at around 1.005. So I hit it with 1 more gram of glucoamylase, and after a few months, it went dry. So I got it racked and I sweetened it up with sucrose, which I put in my Vitamix blender to turn into a powder so it would dissolve quite a bit easier.
We recorded the original video for this a year ago.
Yeah.
And you're back. This is Rob. You may recognize Rob from the Discord community. He basically makes the whole place actually function. So a year and a half ago, I put out a video that was trying to make a malt-based Skeeter Pee. And Rob said, we can do this better using glucoamylase, which we did. So we brewed this up just like a regular old Skeeter Pee, except instead of using cane sugar, we used malt extract. and we got it to the right gravity, et cetera, and then we put glucoamylase in to. You can explain this better than I can.
It's an enzyme that will break down some of the more complex sugars that are in malt, right? The maltotriose, some of the stuff that yeast usually can't eat. So it breaks it down into simpler sugars that the yeast can chew right through, and it can go dry.
And so in a beer that doesn't have glucoamylase added, you end up with some residual sweetness in that beer.
Yeah, about a quarter of your sweetness. So, you start this at 1080, you would end at 1020.
Got it. So I added, I think it was a gram of glucoamylase, and I was sending pics to Rob and talking about gravities and stuff, and it wasn't getting all the way there. So I added another gram and then kind of forgot about it. And what was it, like a month or 2 months later, I sent you a picture and it had gone to 1.000 even on the hydrometer. It just took a while. And then I promptly forgot about it until I was cleaning in here a couple weeks ago and realized that I had the carboy still sitting over there.
And perfect timing.
Perfect timing. It went into a keg, and now we can drink this delicious... I mean, this looks like any just off-the-shelf lemonade that you might find.
Yep, exactly. That's what I expect to see.
If you're real dehydrated. Sir, I'm going to need another sample. You've had quite a bit of Skeeter Pee in your time, yeah? You've made a batch here and there. Let's see how this stacks up. It smells like old beer. So this is back sweetened with the standard 3 cups of sucrose. Instead of the dry malt extract that I back sweetened with the last time that was offensive. Do you feel like... I'm feeling like I'm having trouble keeping a straight face. This is really bad.
It really is. It's lemony, but yeah, no.
Jake is off camera. How do you like it, buddy?
Yeah, this is really weird.
It's real not good.
Nope.
So it tastes like like when you're real hungover, what you imagine beer might taste like if you had some. This tastes like if you were to lick up the sticky beer 2 days after a baseball game. This tastes like if you drank the spilled beer from the corner pocket of a pool table. It's offensively bad.
Yeah. Like right up front, all I tasted was the lemonade, and then the rest just kind of washed over you, and just.
It's hard to swallow.
Yeah.
I know it's taken a year and a half to get to this place, but I think it's safe to say that this is a bad idea.
All around. Yep.
I'll send you home with a 6-pack. Okay. So if you have any other ideas, I'm lying. I'm not interested in making this again. But if you have other ideas on how to make this tastier, let us know in the comments. Rob tried his damnedest. I've brewed it twice. But man, that malt base.
Yeah. No. I thought drying it out would help, but nope. No.
So make Skeeter Pee the regular old way. Reuse that yeast cake. Don't make whatever this is. It was a fun experiment.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. So until next time, cheers. I'm not taking a sip of this. Where's Mandy? I want her to try this.